Hey yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another game. This is Granblue Night Rose versus Dragonic Vanquisher. And the Night Rose players goes first riding to the Banshee and I go second. So I ride into Chainbow Dragoon looking at the top 7 cards on my deck and add a Dragonic Vanquisher to my hand. So we do find the... Nope, we don't find anything. This is really unlucky. Considering, well, we play 8 Vanquishers. Calling the Mighty Bolt Dragoon to try our luck. Nope, we missed yet again. So really sad and unfortunate because we do play 12 grade 3s in deck. So Mighty Bolt Dragoon is actually supposed to find something for us, but we do miss here. So we do check into the front trigger here, making our attacks 18k. Really solid. He rides into the Columba, which is a grade 2 specialty for Night Rose players. And sending the ghost ship and calling it immediately to get that big attack of turn 2 and get that 1 card draw. So he calls the Greed Shade, discarding the Perfect Guard to mill a Negrobone and Greed Shade before returning that 15k shield to hand. So essentially exchanging a 0 shield for 15 here. So he attacks for 9 here, gonna throw a quick shield. He's attacking for 9 again here. So I should be doing a no pass here because any triggers will make that... Oh, that ghost ship is going to be at 34,000 power, so it's really hard to guard. We do check into heal trigger first. Really unfortunate order, we can't actually heal. So he's actually set himself up for a damage denial here because he's called a front row rear guard up with no counterblast open. So that's a draw trigger power given to Mighty Bolt Dragoon. So, well, draw Kanzens are the cards that you really want to see when you're playing against any Night Rose players. That's the card they hate to see. He rides into Night Rose here, and he's just going to call the... Oh, this is pretty much the weakest Granblue turn I've ever seen, with no counterblast open and no Negrobones. So he attacks Twin Drive into a Skull Dragon and a Colorless. This is going to be a 13k attack here. And we discard that Chainbow Dragoon, so that might have been a mistake. So we do ride into Dragonic Vanquisher here, getting that XL2 marker draw. Moving up the Mighty Bolt Dragoon. Calling yet another Dragonic Vanquisher and calling the Jaggy Shot Dragoon, so we should be ready to go here. Attacking with the Dragonic Vanquisher first, because we do play France. It's gonna say no guard here. We do check into the heal trigger, which goes off. Really solid power given to the Mighty Bolt Dragoon. And we check into full Bronto. So no damage trigger there. Banshee goes down into the damage zone. And Jaggy Shot attacks here. Skill binding the full Bronto to draw a card, and full Bronto's ability to discard 1 to superior ride it and give our front row plus 10,000 power. So this will be a 22,000 powered attack from Jaggy Shot Dragoon, which he guards for 15 here. So Jaggy Shot, the God card, in soul to draw. And this is a 22,000 powered attack. Mighty Bolt is currently at 33. Oh, he does check into the heal here, which goes off. Really nice. So 33k Mighty Bolt Dragoon and a 27,000 powered full Bronto. So he decides to heal off the Ripple Banshee instead. So guards for 10 with the colors, and a 15 was thrown. So end phase, rewrite into Dragonic Vanquisher with no XL marker because this ain't no Luwad. So he's looking at drop yet again. So we do see him using the Negrobone's ability to return it to the bottom of the deck and discarding a card from hand. So he does have 10 cards in drop now, so he's gonna call... He'll be able to call a card regardless of grade here. He's gonna call the Ghost Ship and discarding yet another Negrobone. For the effect of a Negrobone. To superior call a grade 1 here, so he's calling the Banshee, which will have its ability go off because it's called from drop zone. So Soul Blasting 1. Soul Blasting the Columbard, which is really nice. That means he'll be able to use it when Night Rose attacks. That is, if he has another Counterblast open, because he currently only has one Counterblast up. So John is attacking 17,000 power. He's going to require 10k shield from hand. And the Phoenix is thrown. So the Phoenix is actually very, very useless in this matchup. So you could say Night Rose is pretty much a hard counter to Narukami, or especially any other deck with the Mirage effect of keeping its front row rear guard circles empty. So it's going to attack for 29 here. I'm going to say no guard. He draws into a card here and attacks with the Night Rose for 22,000 power because his opponent's Vanguard is of grade 3. And he calls the double draw column, which is the specialty of Ghost Ship paired with the Ripple Banshee, making a 46,000 power column. And I'm going to be throwing the 15k here. This is going to be a 1 to pass. So, thinking about it, we called it, it's a 1 to pass here. So this is rather risky to guard, and unfortunately he doesn't get any triggers at all. So really, really efficient guarding from my side here. It's going to attack 46,000 power. It's going to require 35k shield at least. We do check into the Multiple Dragon, calling the no guard. And he draws yet again. So essentially he's already drawn 4 cards off this turn. 4 extra bonus cards. Really, really good. Night Rose farming simulator. Calling the Mighty Bolt Dragoon here. So not riding. And we do find the Dragonic Vanquisher, which we will be swiftly discarding. So 1 card filter from deck. Really nice. So using Dragonic Vanquisher's ability to bind a front row rear guard. So we are binding one of our own front row rear guards to get that 3 card bind off, so that we can get the continuous plus 10,000 power this turn. So there's a total of 3 binds here. Our front row is plus 10,000 power currently, and our Mighty Bolts are at plus 5 as well, because the card was bound. So we do call the Jaggy Shot attack, Jaggy Shot Dragoon here. It's going to be a 5 attack turn. And we do attack with the Vanquisher for 22. He's going to say no guard. We do check into the front trigger here, which is really nice. And the draw PG. So really, really not what he wants to see at this point. So he checks into the critical trigger. So Jaggy Shot attacks for 32,000 power. Binding the Full Bronto to draw 1. So Full Bronto's ability to discard 1 and Superior Ride it. Discarding that Jaggy Shot from hand. So right here, the power lines are still going to remain the same because the Vanquisher's continuous ability has been, well, I'd say it's got lost, while they all get the new Full Bronto ability. So Jaggy Shot in Soul Draw 1. And his Vanguard is currently at 32,000 power because of their double defensive trigger. So Full Bronto attacks for 22. This is already a 1 to pass with a single drive. It's going to be a no pass with 5k. And we do check into Cho-Oh here. So we attack with the Mighty Bolt. This is a 33,000 powered attack. It's going to require a 5k, which he throws a 10 for. This is going to be the same 33,000 powered attack. Yet another 5k is required. Seems like he doesn't want to be at 5 damage. He guards with the Navigator, and we attack with the Mighty Bolt Dragoon with... this is a 43,000 powered attack. He guards for 15 here. So end turn right back into Vanquisher. So uses the Colorless ability to mill yet another Colorless, counter-charging 1 in the process. He's going to have 3 open Counterblasts for this turn. And in the drop zone currently, we do see 1 Skull Dragon with 1 Negrable in hand, calling the Great Shape from hand, discarding the Ghost Ship, milling yet another Negrable and a Heal trigger off the top deck. He's going to add 1 card back to his hand. He's adding the Banshee, which he does call, so no Banshee ability, because now call from drop zone using the Negro Bones ability, discarding a critical trigger from hand to superior call a card. So he does call the Skull Dragon there. And since Banshee wasn't called using from the drop zone, so it's going to be a 13 boosted by 19. It's going to be a 32,000 power attack, 25k shield thrown. Skull Dragon's attack is taken because it's way too big. It's going to be a 33,000 pound attack boosted by Cutlass. And Night Rose is going to revive 2 cards in the same column. So he's most likely going to call the Columbard here since he hasn't used it this turn. So Skull Dragon Columbard and Columbard into yet another Skull Dragon. So this is a triple Skull Dragon turn. He could have done one more if he actually had a Night Mist in drop. But since he didn't have a Night Mist in drop, he had to save the Columbard for when Night Rose attacks. So the Skull Dragons are currently at 10, 20, 34. It's going to be a 34,000 power boost. So 46 plus 5 from Night Rose's ability makes them 51,000 power. So it'll be a 51. And I'm throwing a 47 total against his Vanguard. It's going to be a 2 to pass, but he checks no triggers here. So this is a 53,000 pound attack. I'm going to throw the PG into PG, so you already know what's coming. This should be yet another PG. So PG into another PG is quadruple Kanzen. And he has basically no cards in hand. That was his ultimate finisher, but he didn't actually get it. He would have sealed the deal if he could have gone for a quadruple Skull Dragon attack, but since he didn't get it, that was kind of unfortunate. So using Vanquisher's ability to bind my own front row and bind 2 cards from our hand, 1 each. 3 cards are bound this turn, so front row plus 10,000 power, Cho swing for 24,000 power attack. This is going to be a 6 attack turn. He's going to need a damage trigger here. He doesn't get it, checks into a Night Mist. And definitely needing a heal trigger here to survive. And it's going to be a double blank. Nope, I check into the heal from my side and power is given to the Jagged Shot, but he checks into a no. So that's GG, no 6 damage heal there. So he goes first this round, riding into the Navigator. And using Navigator's ability to rest another rear guard. Rest 2 rear guards and mill top 5. So that's already off to a good start. Placing cards into your drop zone. So I ride into the Mighty Bow Dragoon, getting that quick shield from starter. So I'll be contemplating on what to add to hand here. So we do add Jagged Shot and discarding that quick shield. I do call yet another Mighty Bow Dragoon. And that's a miss. Attacking with 8. Oh, we do check in the front trigger, so it's gonna still hit through that defensive critical trigger here. He takes 2 counterblast damage here, which is very, very effective. Because he would be able to use his Columbard if he does have it this turn and not be damage denied while still filling up his front row. He does send the the Skull Dragon into the drop zone and reviving the Ghost Ship. Resting 2 rear guards yet again for the Navigator's ability to mill yet another top 5 cards off the deck. The drop is steadily filling, so calling the Greed Shade and milling the Night Rose. Discarding it. So he's gonna look for something else. He's adding a 30k shield to hand, so that indicates that his hand already has a Night Rose if he were to actually discard one there. So that's definitely 10 cards in drop already. Plus 5,000 power to the Greed Shade. So Greed Shade's attacking Vanguard. This is gonna be a 10k card. Checking to a blank here, he's attacking with Columbard, so Ghost Ship's going to be at 24,000 power, it's going to be a 15k here. And he checks into the critical trigger that makes the Ghost Ship 34,000 power. This is going to be a 30k shield to guard. I can't actually guard that, that's insane. So 2 damage taken there, no heal triggers unfortunately. He does draw 1 off the Ghost Ship. So it's our turn here, we stand and draw. And thinking of what to write here, because there isn't much option, so we do ride into the Voltec Shred Dragon. And we're attacking the Vanguard here because he has already 1 Counterblast open. And the fact that I do see the colors there, I don't actually want to deny, so we do check into the front trigger here. So it would have been better if we do put that Mighty Bolt Dragon in front, because it's very unlikely that any Granblue player will be swinging at rear guards. So he does right into a Night Rose there, getting that Protect 1 gift. He rests 2 rear guards again for Navigator's ability. It's going to be the 3rd time Navigator mills. He has already milled 15 cards off the top deck using Navigator's ability. So we already do see 2 Necrobones in the drop zone currently. So using the Necrobones ability, returning it to the bottom deck and discarding a card from hand, he discards the Night Rose and calls the Ghost Ship here. And using Cutlass, so binding 1 here and Super calling it. So he calls it to the Greed Shade column, making it a 19. That's going to be a 30,000 power column, so milling not a trigger, that's clean. So we're looking through the drop zone right now again. So we do see the Columbine in drop ready to call when we attack with the Night Rose. So it's going to be a 25,000 to guard for both these attacks. This is way too big. And fortunately, we do check into a defensive trigger straight away, so that would sort of make it easier to guard. It's going to be a 15k shield here to guard. And we do see the Scout Dragons, so if we do take 1 more damage, it's going to be very, very hard to guard the Scout Dragons if he does call it. So we do check into yet another blank. I was actually hoping for a heal there. So he attacks with Night Rose. Night Rose is just swinging for 12,000 power. So he does call the Skull Dragon and the Columbine. So Columbine is gonna call yet another Skull Dragon from deck. That might have been a mistake on my side, not guarding the early attacks, because he has already set up the drop zone and have the double Skull Dragons ready to go at a moment's notice. So the Skull Dragons are currently at 10, 20, 30 plus 36,000 power. That makes them 48. 48 plus 5, that's a 53k attack. Followed by a 55. So this is just a 12 against my 19. This is a 1 pass here. And I throw a 15 here for a 2 pass. No, this is a no pass already. So he checks in the critical trigger here. Power given to one of the Skull Dragons. And he attacks with the critical trigger Skull Dragon. I'm going to throw a PG here. And I can't guard that anymore, so that's GG. So this is game number 3. I'm gonna go first this round. I'm riding into the Chainbolt Dragoon. So look at the top 7 cards off the deck, adding a Vanquisher to hand. We do find the full Bronto here. Rethinking it. And we confirm that it's the card we want. So he rides into the Negrobone here. And calling the Navigator. Turn 1. So this is a very, very powerful play. Creating options as early as turn 2. So that quick shield added to hand. We do see 1 Skull Dragon present in the drop zone already. He checks into a colors there. And I do reply with that defensive draw, because I'm crazy. We do ride the Cho-O here. And attack with the Cho-O for 9. He's gonna say no guard because he definitely needs that damage trigger. We do check into the front, but we don't actually call any of the rear guard, so... Oh, it's gonna reveal his hand here for a G assist, so that's 2 heals down. And he has already milled, if I'm not mistaken, 2 heals in drop, so that's a total of 4 heals already out. So he has no heals left in deck. He's gonna mill top 5 cards again. This is really, really clean. Look at that. That's almost a triple Banshee I see with a Ghost Ship and a Greed Shade. He's attacking for 10. It's going to be a 14,000 power attack here, because with 10 cards already in drop. And I'll be gunning for 1 here. I don't have a 20k, and he checks in the critical trigger, so we do take that 2 damage, which is really, really good for him. So we ride into Dragonic Vanquisher here, XL2 drawing 1 card. calling the best grade 3 in deck, Jaggy Shot Dragoon. And calling the Voltec Shred Dragon. So we're gonna attack with the Voltec Shred Dragon first. Soul Blasting 1 and drawing a card. Superior calling that Chain Bolt Dragoon. So he discards a 10k here. And next we're attacking with the Dragonic Vanquisher. It's gonna be a 15k for a 2 here. Checking into the full Bronto and a front trigger. So really nice checks here. Now attacking with Jaggy Shot, we're binding the full Bronto here, so drawing a card. Full Bronto's ability is active. Discarding 1 to Superior Ride it as stand. Discarding the Dragonic Vanquisher. So front row gets plus 10,000 power. Jaggy Shot was at 32,000 power because of the front trigger. Jaggy Shot in the soul, draw another card, and this is going to be a 22,000 power attack. He's gunning for a total of 39. It's going to be a no pass. And this has plus 20,000. Guts 15, that's 20 actually. So end turn, Superior Ride into Dragonic Vanquisher. The turn is passed over. This is quite a sizable hand there. He rides into the Night Rose here. So it is going to be the third mill with Navigator. Oh, that's really unlucky. We do see 4 triggers there. Being a triple critical with a perfect guard, he's just gonna attack straight with the Night Rose. This is a 22,000 power attack. Really unfortunate. He has no Necro Bones in drop, so he does call the Night Mist and Banshee, and uses the Banshee's ability to Soul Blast 1, draw 1. And calling another card with the Night Mist, so Ghost Ship is chosen. So really weak turn, is only being a 3 attack turn. But it is what it is. When you have no Necrobones in drop, or having no Night Mist or Columbards in hand. So we're gonna throw a 25,000 shield here for a 2 pass. And he checks in the critical Sentinel, so he powers all given to the Ghost Ship, making it a 39,000 double critical attack. This is gonna be a 31,000 powered attack here. And I'm gonna throw a 20k shield here. Guarding the attack successfully. It's gonna retire it. And this is a 39,000 power attack. 30k shield is required. So the reason why Narukami is usually, I guess Granblue usually, you could say is a counter to Narukami, right? Because they don't leave front row rear guards up for Narukami to bind, so they don't actually, it's harder to get a full effect. So I'm going to be throwing the perfect guard at, discarding Chatura. I don't want to be at 5 damage, because if I somehow don't finish him the following turn, well, I'm going to need to survive those Scout Dragons eventually. So riding into the full Bronto is not what you usually see every day of, well, the right phase, but full Bronto does give that plus 10,000 power to the front row, which isn't continuous. So if I do ride another full Bronto during battle phase later, I can still give plus 10,000 power to these Chain Bolt and Voltec Shred Dragon. So we do call another Voltec Shred Dragon and Cho-Oh from our hand. So I've seen many players actually cut down Cho-Oh in the new Narukami Vanquisher, but I believe Cho-Oh is still one of the strongest cards in deck because we don't actually play that many Counterblast cards. So we're just going to attack with full Bronto here for a 22,000 power attack. And he says no guard here. We do check into the Rock Climb. There's a double Rock Climb. There's a double blank. And he checks into the Columbard, so no defensive trigger there. Attacking with the Voltec Shred Dragon here. Soul Blasting 1 to draw a card and binding a card from hand. So I really like Voltec Shred Dragon over Dragon Dancer Baka, simply because Voltec Shred binds when he attacks and not after. So if the attack actually does not hit, you can actually bind the full Bronto from hand to get a plus 10,000 power. So we actually call the Chatura. So Chatura is superior call from hand, getting plus 10,000 power. So Chatura is currently at 18,000 power. So we are attacking with the Voltec Shred Dragon with 19,000 power. So blasting 1, drawing 1, and binding the full Bronto from hand. So discarding the Rock Climb Dragon, which we drove check earlier, to Superior Ride into Dragonic Vanquisher full Bronto. XL2 drawing 1, so now our front row gets plus 10,000 power again. So now this Vortex Strike is hitting for 29. So Chatura is currently at 28,000 power. Chou is being 24. This is actually the biggest. This is actually 33,000 power. So we attack with the Chou first for 24,000 power. He guards for 15 here because he doesn't hit to damage trigger. It's a 22,000 power attack with 1 drive. We check into another Chatura, but we don't actually have any more binders on field. So Chou's ability to counterblast and restand itself. He checks into a Cutlass there, no defensive trigger. He's gonna hard guard all of these attacks. It's gonna be really painful here. So it's gonna be a 15k shield here for Chou, 20k for the Chatura, and a 25 for Chainbolt Dragoon. Gonna see if he has enough shield for all the attacks here. He chose the 30 for Chou. It's gonna be a 20 for the Chatura. He chose the 20 here, and he perfect guards the last attack, requiring a 25k shield. So end of the turn, we ride back into Dragonic Vanquisher, so he has no cards left in hand. This is really, really good for us. Using that Negrobones ability, he only has 1 card in hand, so we're gonna see what he can do here. Most likely calling 1 card only. He calls the Columbard, using Columbard's ability to counterblast 1. And sending the Skull Dragon, so this is gonna be his final turn. So looking at the drop zone yet again. So this should be the final lineup. He's attacking for 31,000 power. Oh no, wait, this is a 14. 14 boosted by 13. It's a 27. So it's going to require a 20k shield to guard here. And he attacks with the Skull Dragon, which is huge. And we're going to see if we guard here. Nope, we don't actually guard. We check into Mighty Bolt Dragoon. So he attacks with 33,000 power. Using Nairo's ability to superior call the Skull Dragon and Night Mist. And Night Mist's ability to call back into the Skull Dragon. So this is a triple Skull Dragon turn. Unfortunately, couldn't do the quadruple Skull Dragon because he lacked of a card in hand. So he wasn't able to do a double Necrobone. So with no defensive triggers, it's going to require a 35k shield for a 2 to pass here. That's 20. So it's going to be 5 more for 1 and a 15 for 2. So this is 1 here, this is 25. I'm going to throw a 10k more for 2 here. Or risk it on him checking into a critical trigger. So the Skull Dragons are currently at 69,000 power. So we've thrown a total of 35k with 4 grade 2s there. And he checks into a double blank, unfortunately. So as long as we got one of these Skull Dragon attacks, we're gonna be good here. We do check into the heal trigger, which is too early. It's gonna be a 73,000 power attack. Colors was supposed to be retired here, and we do throw that Kanzen, so really, really sad for the Granblue player. And with how many front row XL circles we have here, this is gonna be really cancerous to play with. Well, Vanquisher is gonna be giving that many front row rear guards plus 10,000 power. So we do self-bind one of our front row triggers and call the Chatura, so Chatura gets plus 20,000 power. So all front row get plus 10,000 power here. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks here. And we check into that Chainbolt Dragoon, that's 7 attacks. Oh, we do have the full Bronto as well, so he doesn't check the heal trigger here, so that's GG. So I hope you guys liked and enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, bye bye.